My beloved child, do not ignore the uneasy feeling that has been following you. And do not scroll away yet, because this message is not here to frighten you. It is here to remind you to stay aware, protect your peace, and pay attention to what is actually happening around you. The title that brought you here may have immediately made you think of one particular neighbor. Perhaps there has been strange behavior. Perhaps someone has been watching too closely, asking too many personal questions, crossing boundaries, appearing at unusual times, or making you feel uncomfortable without any clear explanation. But listen carefully. This is not permission to accuse anyone without evidence. This is not a message telling you to panic, confront someone recklessly, or believe every fearful thought that enters your mind. The warning is much deeper than that. Sometimes what people call an angelic warning is not a dramatic voice from the sky. Sometimes it is wisdom rising inside you, reminding you that you have been ignoring a boundary for too long. Sometimes it is your mind, noticing small details before you have consciously understood them. And sometimes the danger is not physical at all. It may be emotional pressure. It may be manipulation. It may be gossip. It may be someone trying to gain access to information about your private life. It may be a person who smiles in front of you, but repeatedly creates conflict behind your back. Stay until the end, because there are 7 important signs you should calmly examine, and the final sign may reveal why you have been feeling uncomfortable lately. But first, breathe. You are not powerless, you are not trapped, and you do not need to live in fear. Awareness is not fear. Awareness is the light that helps you see clearly. Your first warning is this. Someone has become unusually interested in your private routine. Think carefully. Has a neighbor repeatedly asked where you are going? Have they wanted to know what time you leave home, when you return, who visits you, or whether you live alone? Have they asked personal questions that seemed harmless at first, but became more specific over time? One question may mean nothing. Friendly neighbors sometimes speak casually about daily routines. But when someone keeps collecting personal details, especially after you have shown discomfort, it is reasonable to become more careful. You do not need to answer every question simply because someone asks politely. Privacy is not rudeness. A simple answer such as, "My schedule changes often," is enough. You do not owe anyone a map of your life. Do not announce publicly when your home will be empty. Do not tell casual acquaintances where you keep spare keys. Do not share security details, financial information, family conflicts, or personal vulnerabilities with someone who has not earned your trust. The angelic lesson here is not, be suspicious of everyone. It is, use wisdom with access. Not everyone who speaks kindly should receive private information. Not everyone who lives nearby is entitled to enter your emotional world. Your home should feel like a place of safety, and part of protecting that safety is learning to speak less about things that strangers or loosely connected people do not need to know. The second warning is about repeated boundary crossing. Maybe you have clearly said that you prefer not to be disturbed at certain times, but someone continues knocking. Maybe a neighbor enters your yard, touches your belongings, moves items, looks through a window, uses your parking space, or approaches family members after being asked not to. Maybe they borrow things and refuse to return them. Maybe they appear friendly, but they behave as though your boundaries are optional. Listen closely. Healthy people may make an occasional mistake, but when you clearly communicate a boundary and someone repeatedly ignores it, the problem is no longer misunderstanding. It becomes disrespect. You do not need to shout. You do not need to threaten anyone. You can speak calmly and directly. Please do not enter this area without asking. Please do not contact me late at night. I am not comfortable discussing that. Please return the item by tomorrow. Clear language protects you. Vague hints often create more confusion. If the behavior continues, write down what happened and when it happened. Save relevant messages. Take photographs of property damage if it is safe and lawful to do so. Speak with a landlord, building manager, neighborhood association, or appropriate local authority if the situation becomes serious. Do not rely only on memory during an ongoing dispute. Facts create clarity. Documentation protects everyone. And remember, documentation is not revenge, it is a calm record of reality. The third warning may be harder to recognize because it often hides behind friendliness. It is the warning of information gathering through gossip. Some people do not approach you directly. They speak with other neighbors. They ask questions about your relationships, your finances, your visitors, your work, or your past. Then, small pieces of your private life begin returning to you through conversations you never started. You suddenly realize that people know things you did not tell them. This can feel disturbing, but do not immediately assume the worst. First, ask yourself where the information may have come from. Did you post it online? Did a family member mention it? Could someone have overheard a conversation? Could it be a misunderstanding? Verify before reacting. But if you discover a clear pattern, change the way you share information. Do not fight gossip by creating more gossip. Do not begin telling everyone that your neighbor is dangerous when you have no proof. That can escalate the situation and harm innocent people. Instead, reduce access, speak only with trusted individuals, strengthen privacy settings on your social media accounts, avoid discussing sensitive matters near open windows, shared walls, hallways, balconies, or common spaces. If someone tries to draw you into a conversation about another neighbor, do not participate. You can simply say, "I do not know enough about that situation to comment." That one sentence can protect you from becoming part of a conflict you did not create. Stay with me, because the fourth warning is where many people become confused. Your body feels tense whenever a certain person appears. Your heart beats faster. Your stomach tightens. You feel the desire to leave. Does that automatically mean the person is dangerous? No. Physical anxiety can come from many sources. Past experiences, stress, lack of sleep, uncertainty, or an earlier disagreement can all affect how your body reacts. But the feeling should not always be ignored either. Treat it as a signal to slow down and observe. Ask yourself what specific behavior caused the reaction. Did the person stand too close? Did they block your path? Did they raise their voice? Did they make a threatening comment? Did they repeatedly watch you? Did they ignore your request to stop? Or did your fear arise without any identifiable action? This question matters because feelings are important, but facts guide decisions. You can honor your instincts without turning them into accusations. Create distance. Remain in public or well-lit areas. Avoid entering private spaces with someone who makes you uncomfortable. Tell a trusted person what happened. If you believe there is immediate danger, contact emergency services or local authorities rather than handling the situation alone. Do not confront someone aggressively because of a feeling. Safety grows from calm decisions, not impulsive reactions. An angelic warning, in its healthiest meaning, should lead you toward wisdom. It should not push you into panic. It should not make you believe that every movement outside your window is a secret message. It should not isolate you from everyone around you. Fear shouts, react now. Wisdom says, observe, verify, and act carefully. Do not skip this next part. The fifth warning involves your belongings and property. Have items around your home been moved repeatedly? Has something been damaged? Have packages disappeared? Have locks, gates, fences, plants, vehicles, or outdoor equipment been disturbed? Again, do not immediately decide who is responsible. A package may have been delivered incorrectly. An animal may have moved something. Weather may have caused damage. A family member may have forgotten to mention what happened. Begin with practical investigation. Check delivery notifications. Speak with the delivery company. Review lawful security footage if you have it. Ask household members. Photograph damage. Record dates and times. If theft or trespassing is confirmed, report it through the appropriate channels. Do not enter someone else's property to search for your belongings. Do not threaten a neighbor. Do not attempt to create a trap that could injure someone. Your safety matters more than winning an argument. A simple security light, stronger lock, camera, doorbell system, or package delivery plan may reduce anxiety and provide clear evidence. But even technology must be used responsibly. Make sure cameras follow local privacy laws, and do not record private areas where neighbors reasonably expect privacy. Protection should not become surveillance of innocent people. The sixth warning is emotional manipulation. This danger can appear in statements such as, "I know what you are doing. Everyone in the neighborhood is talking about you. You should be careful. I can make things difficult for you. After everything I have done for you, you owe me." Sometimes these words are said jokingly. Sometimes they are attempts to control. Pay attention to the pattern and context. Does someone use fear to make you comply? Do they create problems and then offer themselves as the only solution? Do they make you feel guilty for protecting your time, property, or family? Do they repeatedly remind you that they know personal details about your life? Do they alternate between excessive kindness and intimidation? That pattern can be emotionally destabilizing. You may begin questioning yourself. You may wonder whether you are overreacting. You may apologize even when you did nothing wrong. You may become afraid to say no. Listen closely. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to end a conversation. You are allowed to close your door. You are allowed to contact someone you trust. You are allowed to ask for professional help. You do not need to remain polite while someone is threatening you. You can remain calm without remaining available. There is a difference. And now, we arrive at the seventh warning. This is the one you must hear clearly. The greatest danger may not be your neighbor. The greatest danger may be fear convincing you to make an irreversible decision without evidence. When anxiety becomes intense, the mind can connect unrelated events. A light turning on may feel like surveillance. Two people talking may feel like they are discussing you. A normal sound in the building may feel like someone approaching your door. A casual question may feel like a hidden threat. This does not mean your experience is fake. The fear is real, the discomfort is real. But the explanation may still need verification. That is why you must not remain alone with escalating fear. Speak with someone grounded and trustworthy. Describe exactly what happened without adding assumptions. Instead of saying, "My neighbor is planning something," say, "They stood outside my door for 10 minutes and knocked repeatedly after I asked them to leave." Instead of saying, "They are watching everything I do," say, "I noticed them looking toward my window 3 times this week." Specific facts allow another person to help you think clearly. If your fear continues even when there is no clear evidence, consider speaking with a mental health professional. This is not weakness, it is protection. Stress, anxiety, trauma, and lack of sleep can make ordinary situations feel threatening. A qualified professional can help you separate danger from fear and create a plan that restores peace. And if there is real harassment or threatening behavior, they can also help you remain emotionally steady while you take appropriate action. Do not scroll, because there is another message hidden beneath this warning. You have been giving too much power to what is happening outside your home. Your attention has been fixed on the window, on the door, on the hallway, on the person next door. But your peace cannot depend entirely on another person's behavior. You need a plan. Start by checking the practical basics. Are your doors and windows secure? Do trusted family members know about the situation? Is your phone charged? Do you have emergency numbers saved? Does someone know when you usually arrive home? Are shared entrances well lit? Are important documents protected? Do you avoid hiding spare keys in obvious locations? These are simple steps. They do not mean danger is certain. They mean you are prepared. Prepared people feel calmer because they know what to do. Create a small record of concerning incidents. Write the date, time, location, what was said, what was done, and whether anyone else witnessed it. Avoid emotional descriptions. Use direct observations. For example, July 10, 9:15 p.m., repeated knocking for approximately 5 minutes. I said through the door that I was unavailable. Knocking continued for 2 more minutes. That is more useful than writing. They were trying to terrorize me. The first statement describes evidence, the second describes an interpretation. Evidence helps landlords, authorities, lawyers, mediators, and trusted supporters understand what occurred. Interpretations may be challenged. Facts remain stronger. Do not retaliate. Do not damage their property. Do not create loud disturbances to teach them a lesson. Do not post their private information online. Do not encourage strangers to confront them. Retaliation can transform a manageable dispute into a dangerous conflict. Your goal is not victory. Your goal is safety and peace. There may also be another side to this situation. Sometimes two neighbors misunderstand each other because neither person communicates clearly. A noise complaint becomes personal. A parking disagreement grows into resentment. A shared fence creates weeks of tension. Children, pets, deliveries, guests, and commons become sources of conflict. What began as a small practical problem becomes an emotional battle because both sides feel disrespected. If there is no threat and you feel safe doing so, a calm conversation may help. Choose daylight. Remain in a public or shared area. Bring a neutral third person if necessary. Speak about the behavior, not the person's character. Say, "The loud music after midnight is affecting my sleep." Do not say, "You are a terrible person who has no respect." Say, "Please do not block the driveway." Do not say, "You are always trying to control my life." Specific requests are easier to solve. Attacks create defensiveness. But remember, mediation is only appropriate when the situation is safe. If someone has threatened violence, followed you, entered your home, damaged property, or behaved aggressively, do not arrange a private confrontation. Seek help through appropriate official channels. Your life is more important than proving that you are brave. Real courage includes knowing when not to face a situation alone. Stay with me. The angelic message is also asking you to examine your own boundaries. Have you been trying too hard to keep everyone happy? Have you allowed people to borrow things because you were afraid to say no? Have you answered invasive questions because silence felt uncomfortable? Have you opened the door even when you did not want company? Have you ignored inappropriate comments to avoid appearing rude? Sometimes people continue crossing boundaries because they have never encountered a clear one. This does not make their behavior your fault, but it means you have the power to change the pattern. Practice simple sentences. No, that does not work for me. I cannot discuss that. Please contact me during the day. I do not lend that item. I need you to leave now. These sentences do not need long explanations. The more you explain, the more a manipulative person may search for ways to argue. A boundary is not a debate. It is information. You are informing someone what you will and will not accept. Then your actions must support the boundary. If you say, "You will not answer late-night calls," stop answering them. If you say someone cannot enter without permission, do not make repeated exceptions because they pressure you. Consistency teaches others how to treat you. Do not scroll. This next section may protect someone listening right now. If a neighbor directly threatens you, displays a weapon, attempts to enter your home, follows you, attacks you, or creates an immediate danger, stop interpreting the situation spiritually. Take practical action. Move to a secure place. Contact emergency services. Call a trusted person. Do not go outside to investigate. Do not record from a position that places you in danger. Do not attempt to reason with someone who is actively violent or highly aggressive. Your first responsibility is to survive the moment safely. Spiritual language should never replace emergency help. Prayer can comfort you, faith can strengthen you, but locked doors, distance, witnesses, authorities, and professional assistance are also forms of wisdom. There is no shame in seeking help. There is no failure in leaving temporarily. There is no weakness in asking others to stand beside you. And if children, elderly relatives, or vulnerable people live with you, create a simple family safety plan. Agree on where to go. Decide who makes the call. Teach children not to open the door to anyone without permission. Keep the plan calm and age-appropriate. Do not fill children with fear about a particular neighbor, unless there is verified information, and they need specific safety instructions. Children should feel prepared, not terrified. Something else may be happening in your heart. Perhaps an earlier experience has made this current situation feel more intense. Maybe you have previously dealt with stalking, violence, betrayal, or an unsafe home. The body remembers. A small sound today can awaken an old fear from years ago. This is why healing matters. You deserve to feel safe, not only because the outside situation changes, but because your nervous system learns that you now have choices. Ground yourself. Look around the room and name 5 things you can see. Plie both feet on the floor. Take a slow breath. Remind yourself of the present date and location. Ask, what do I know for certain right now? Not what you fear, not what you imagine. What do you know? Perhaps you know the door is locked. You know your phone is beside you. You know a trusted person can be called. You know no one has entered the home. Facts can bring your mind back from frightening possibilities into the present moment. If you cannot calm down, call someone. Do not sit alone feeding the fear with videos, rumors, or imagined scenarios. The internet can intensify anxiety. One story becomes 10. 10 stories begin feeling like proof that the same thing is happening to you. Take a break from content that repeatedly tells you that hidden enemies surround you. Messages that make you afraid of everyone are not protecting your spirit. They are exhausting it. A genuine message of wisdom should leave you more capable, not more helpless. It should remind you of your choices, it should lead you toward truth, it should encourage you to seek evidence, support, and peace. Listen carefully. You may discover that your neighbor is not a danger. You may discover that the uncomfortable situation came from poor communication, stress, or coincidence. If so, allow yourself to release the fear. Do not continue searching for proof after the concern has been reasonably explained. Peace also requires the courage to accept when a fear was mistaken, but you may discover that a real boundary has been crossed. If so, respond proportionately. A noise issue may require a conversation or formal complaint. A property issue may require documentation and a landlord. Harassment may require legal advice or police involvement. An immediate threat may require emergency services. Different problems require different responses. Do not treat every inconvenience like a life-threatening danger. And do not treat serious threats like minor inconveniences. Wisdom knows the difference. Stay until the end, because the final angelic warning is not about the person next door. It is about what you will become after this experience. Will fear make you bitter? Will it make you isolate yourself from every neighbor? Will it convince you that kindness is weakness? Or will you become wiser without becoming cruel? You can protect your home and still remain compassionate. You can keep information private and still greet people respectfully. You can install security without assuming everyone is an enemy. You can report harmful behavior without wishing destruction on another person. Protection and hatred are not the same. Boundaries and revenge are not the same. Discernment and paranoia are not the same. Hold on to that truth. Your peace should not require you to become the thing you fear. You do not need to monitor every movement outside. You do not need to spend every night waiting for something bad to happen. Once you have taken reasonable safety steps, allow yourself to live. Cook your meals. Listen to music. Call someone you love. Work on your goals. Fill your home with the energy you want to experience there. Fear wants your home to become a prison. Wisdom turns it back into a sanctuary. Open the curtains when you feel safe. Let sunlight enter. Clean the space. Roam clutter near doors and exits. Repair broken locks. Apply important numbers somewhere accessible. Then breathe and remind yourself, I am aware, but I am not consumed. I am careful, but I am not controlled by fear. I trust evidence. I seek help when needed. I protect my peace. These are not magical words. They are reminders of the choices available to you. Do not scroll, because one more thing must be said. Never allow a dramatic title, a spiritual video, or an online message to convince you that a specific real person is dangerous without evidence. A video does not know your neighbor. A stranger online cannot confirm someone's intentions. Use this message as a prompt to review your boundaries and safety, not as proof of a secret plot. Look at behavior. Look at evidence. Speak with trusted people. Use official resources when necessary. And remain open to ordinary explanations. That is how you protect both yourself and innocent people. Perhaps the reason this message reached you is not because disaster is approaching. Perhaps it reached you because you needed permission to take your discomfort seriously, without allowing it to control you. Perhaps you needed to hear that you are allowed to lock the door. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to stop sharing personal information. You are allowed to ask for help. You are allowed to move if a living situation becomes unhealthy, and you have the ability to do so. You are allowed to choose peace. You are also allowed to discover that you are safe. Do not become addicted to warnings. At some point, a warning must turn into a plan. And a plan must eventually return you to life. Your future is not meant to be spent staring through a window. There are dreams inside you that need attention. There are people who truly love you. There are opportunities waiting beyond this fear. Jatwell the situation wisely, and then continue moving forward. The person next door does not control your destiny. Their behavior does not define your worth. Their opinion does not decide your future. Your life is larger than one uncomfortable relationship. If the concern is real, you can take action. If the fear is mistaken, you can release it. Either way, truth will bring more peace than imagination. My beloved child, listen to the final message. You are being called to become more observant, not more afraid. More private, not more isolated. More confident, not more aggressive. More prepared, not more suspicious. More grounded, not more consumed by signs. Protect your home, protect your information. Protect your emotional boundaries. But also protect your mind from stories that have not been proven. The strongest people are not those who never feel fear. They are those who feel fear, slow down, examine reality, and choose the wisest next step. Your next step may be a conversation, it may be a new lock, it may be a written record, it may be a call to a landlord, it may be a report to authorities, it may be speaking with a counselor. It may simply be resting after realizing that the situation is not as dangerous as it seemed. Whatever the right step is, take it calmly. Do not chase conflict, do not ignore evidence, do not create accusations, and do not face serious danger alone. If this message helped you think more clearly, write in the comments, "I choose wisdom over fear." Let those words become your promise. A promise to stay aware, a promise to verify before reacting, a promise to protect your boundaries, a promise to seek help when needed, and a promise not to allow uncertainty to steal your peace. Like this video if it gave you strength. Discord for messages that encourage faith, wisdom, awareness, and emotional healing. Share this with someone who has been feeling uncomfortable in their living environment, and may need a calm reminder to protect themselves responsibly. And remember this after the video ends: a warning should not imprison you, it should prepare you. A boundary should not fill you with hatred, it should create clarity. And true wisdom will never ask you to replace evidence with fear. Stay alert, stay grounded, stay peaceful, and let truth, not panic, guide your next move.